All right, everyone. Welcome to the temporary home of the Wednesday morning show.
Howdy.
The legendary Hand and Steve himself. Yeah, I told it yesterday, Todd. When Joni's like, "Who's Gwen and Todd Parker?" I'm like, "That's the Hand." She knew who the Hand was. She was up and down all night last night. She had a migraine all night, so maybe she'll come by a little later, and she wants to express her sincere thanks to you guys. Overwhelming how much stuff was sent. It's just crazy. And so she's already taken a Thursday, a Tuesday, and now she's got it loaded up for this coming Thursday. She's got stuff for a long time to take. The people are very appreciative. She had a bad day yesterday, so your guys' love and compassion that you poured out for her and her cause of volunteering in the cancer clinic. She found out yesterday that one of her, and she's like, I knew this would happen eventually. One of her favorite people that she talked to every Tuesday passed away. He was a retired military. He was 80, but so he lived a big family, long distinguished life. But you hate to see anybody pass. So your kindness and generosity helped dull what was a bad day. Somewhat certain. It's because I'm standing up. You know, when you sit down, you kind of compress or whatever. This is actually my shipping computer. This is my old iMac. Because the other one, I hit the button and I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute, what time is it? It says, do you want to update? I'm like, sure. Click. Wait a minute. It's still in the middle of it. I'll go back over there in a minute, but bought an interesting thing last night. So one of the things that I know, and I'm gonna make a video about this and talk about this, what you could have done with this thing. So I've been trying to walk more, and I listened to a guy named Gary Brucka, who is a biologist who worked for the insurance companies, and he can look at your blood work and tell you within a month or two when you're going to check out if you don't change your ways. He's the one that worked with Dana with UFC. Told him he had like 9 years left to live, and Dana changed everything he did. And but I mean, you can still get hit by a car, but we don't think about that, right? So I'm thinking, man, I'm walking around the neighborhood. I'm tired of walking around the neighborhood. What am I going to do when it gets cold? I really need a treadmill. I'll find one at the yard sales, no worries. I was thinking to myself this last Thursday, especially Friday, because I did the yard sales all day Friday at the 101 here in Alabama, and walk in there, and what do you know? There's a treadmill that nobody has bought yet.
Let me guess, $7.
No, I had to pay 45. I had to pay 45 for it. But it was a Bowflex TC 3000 step climber treadmill. This thing is a $3,000 refurbished. If you refurbish it, it was originally about a $5,000. So for $45, I'm like, heck yeah. Jacob's
I'm not sure the reseller in me would allowed that to, be used. I'd probably put it up for sale right away.
Right. So I've seen some on Facebook. People. I mean, eBay. People on eBay doing local pickup. Y'all are nuts. There's some people selling it for 200, 300, 400. I'm like, this thing. If you go to buy it right now, and the only ones you can buy are the redone ones, or refurbished or renewed, they're $3,000. So why are you shorting yourself?
I will be right back.
On local, if you're going to sell it, put it on Facebook Marketplace. Put it on something, and you've got $45 in it. If $45 is going to kill you, don't buy it. But the one thing I can tell you about it is, so Tracy, you're probably not in the chat because you're at work. No, you're not at work. You should be in the chat, Tracy. Tracy, say hello. So Tracy does wings with us every Tuesday night, and he's like, "What's this thing worth for parts?" Or one of us said that, started looking at it. Each tread is worth 100. It's got 2 of them. The computer circuit board is worth 150, and these things sell immediately because there's not many out there. All the little parts on it, each one of the little because the treads go up and down, it's got to have a thing to lift them up and down. Those things are $100 a piece. There's little knobs and stuff and sensors and stuff. They're $40, $50. I added up over $750 worth of parts on this thing before I quit. Folks, if you don't need a treadmill, Beard, I'm never going to ship a treadmill. Strip the damn thing for parts. This is not very difficult to put the model number in on eBay and then look at all the parts that sell with it. Because remember, you put a model number in, it's going to show you the actual item, but it's also going to show you parts because people are going to use the model number. Well, they should, because it's a great keyword to use in your title. So probably Brenda says nobody wants them in their house. Yeah, I got to do. So the one thing Gary Brecka talks about is I've got 17 pounds I need to finish losing, and his theory, and he's like, try me on this for 30 days. It's the 30-30-30 method. You can read it in. It's based on his own scientific research and the research of others, but Tim Ferriss talked about it in the 4-Hour Body book, which I've got ordered. I'm gonna read that. Within 30 minutes of waking up, eat 30 minutes of protein, and then 30 minutes of physical activity. After that, do not let your heart rate go above 135 because you don't want. It's got to be. It's something like a brisk walk. It's got to be. It's not like super working out, but it's something to just set your body in motion for the day. So I was supposed to start that yesterday. I failed because the dogs woke me up at 4 o'clock, and then this morning I forgot to set my alarm clock, and the dogs woke me up at 6:30. So it's probably a good thing. Yeah, the motors. Mr. Sadie, the motors is another one. The motor was worth 150 plus shipping. Yeah, it's amazing how many parts are on that machine. Yeah. So Renee said it's easy to ship a treadmill. You strap it to a pallet, and take it to a freight company. Check UPS in your area. A lot of the UPS, they have UPS freight in your area. Renee sounds like she's done this before. Steadfast Selections. The one thing I can tell you is the hardest one of anyone is the first one. Absolutely. You do the first one, you'll wonder why you haven't been doing this. All right. So Craig's got a better idea. Could we not put in a padded flat rate envelope? So does it count, Craig, if I just tape it to one of the treads and call that in the envelope? It's amazing the bad shipping advice out there. Is my other computer ready yet?
Dang, Brenda, that's a fast heart rate.
Baseball, I should get credit for being on time.
Noel.
All right, so the other computer is logging in. Baseball's probably not even here. I was on time, even with computers that are. Lag says if you microwave them, they stretch out. I've heard that. So are you messing with us, Lag, or are you actually telling us something that's true? I've heard that people microwave those to make them a little more flexible to stretch out. Have you tried that, Todd?
No.
So Noel said the same thing. So she's saying use a hairdryer. Here's the link if anybody wants to know if you want to yell and scream and carry on. If you want to come in and tell Steve to go fuck himself again, that'd be awesome.
Noel, I'm 6 weeks into COVID. And I still have a cough. That's about all that's left of it is. Like when I laugh real hard or take a deep breath, sets me off. Or if I'm talking to my mother-in-law who doesn't hear very well, have to talk real loud to her. Actually, Renee, I can fit most jeans in a just a flat rate mailer. I don't. It doesn't even have to be the legal one. And the flat rate with an eBay store is $7.60.
I know y'all. Did y'all miss me?
Oh yeah.
I'm back. Sorry, I was microwaving my flat rates.
Nice.
Like
Did it make it where you can fit stuff in it?
No, just melted them.
I thought you were gonna come back with something original, like you were microwaving your jeans so you could get in them.
this is a set of rain
That's bad, isn't it?
gear bib overalls. And they wouldn't fit in a regular flat rate, but they did fit in a legal flat rate. So.
I rarely use the padded flat rates anymore. I'll use the paper ones.
So doing it wrong. I've railed on that for years. You know, most people will come into this show and they'll hear some politics, which I'm trying to lay off of right this second. Just because I'm tired of the doom and gloom. But it is honestly the way people pack stuff is just absolutely terrible. And it is not that difficult to pack correctly. You know, they don't have any rules on boxes, so you can pick up boxes. I mean, I'm just getting started. I don't have any money for boxes. There are plenty of stores. There's plenty of places you can pick up boxes behind any mall, any strip mall. You know, Steve, you got friends that got bought that get stuff. Ask your friends. You know, Steve, for how long did you ship boxes from the dentist, dude?
Still doing it. Although they are retiring. They're retiring at the end of the year, so I'll have to find another source.
But that's been one of the sources of his boxes. He's gotten a lot of really clean boxes from his dentist.
You got to be careful when you, and I know you've talked about it. It weakens the box every use. It weakens every time. Yep. So just check your boxes. Don't send in shit.
Hey, Mary and Dawn, good morning. So if you're not following Hip Chicks, if you want something to do on Tuesday and Thursdays, Mary and Dawn do a live show at it's 11 o'clock my time. Two Hip Chicks. They're a lot of fun. They put up with me being a troll, so they've got to be great, right?
One more thing about used boxes: if you're shipping something, make sure you remove the old label, or tape over it, or do something to hide it. Yesterday, I took one to the post office for the wife, and there was two labels on it: a UPS label and a Ground Advantage label. So I had to.
So doing it wrong says top tier free boxes are. Yeah, they're only in the 660, 667. So y'all give them a sub and give them. Man, Dawn could be my sister. I mean, she does a lot of the same stuff I do. She, and if you say, man, I want some new boxes, there you go. There's your. I think I'm one of the only ones left that still actually has a Supply Hut discount, because Supply Hut's already the cheapest boxes out there. I know the controversy with the bubble mailers. I mean, the bubble wrap and all that crazy crap. But you're never going to beat their boxes. Their boxes have saved me a ton of money, because an ounce on a box, whether you want to believe it or not, makes a difference. You know, if I've got an item, there was one box, an eBay box, which is a heavy box, even though you got it for free, could cost you 40, 50, 60 cents to go into the next tier when you've only paid 40 cents for a box to begin with. And so saving 20 cents of a beer, what does that really make? If the hundreds and hundreds of items at a quarter or whatever you sell, I mean, this stuff, it could pay some of your subscriptions for the year.
So let's say it's 65 cents. You say, what isn't that what the government's paying for mileage right now? 65 cents a mile or something. I have $19,000 in miles for the year because of what I do. 65 cents goes a long way
Josh.
when it adds up.
So Josh says, okay, so Josh, I'm gonna prove to you that Josh is not a liar. So Josh says that after the show, because he go, if you've never watched Josh Galt, he goes through all the chat, and basically a lot of his show every day is, you know, interacting with the chat. He's got something he wants to talk about, but then he'll and does a good job interacting with the chat. I don't always do that, but he says after the show, I read all the comments down to the end, and I read every comment where he talked about moving in the certain places he'd like to. And one of the last comments I made at the very end was Alabama's closed. So that proves to you that Josh reads all the way to the bottom because, yeah, we don't need any help cleaning up around here. You do realize for the past couple of years, Huntsville, Alabama has been ranked the #1 city in the United States to live, right? So we don't need any help. We're closed.
What do you mean? You mean Conneaut, Ohio wasn't on the list?
Well, it's not. We are closed. Y'all not being able to appreciate my shirt this way. Is it too early for this? Is it too early to wear a Christmas shirt? There's an RV, Clark.
Poor Josh. I haven't been able to watch his show live for a while. Somebody let him have it for all the milk crates.
Dude,
you know, people can't mind their own business.
I would have moved the milk crates to the side and give him one of these. Say, look, I took them all back. Yeah, but I understand. So he is 100% correct. So one of the things he did talk about with the milk crates was a blessing in disguise a little bit, because if you've got tubs that you stack up tubs, it is always in the bottom tub. Whatever you're looking for, it's always in the bottom tub. And once you finish stacking them and restacking them and go to the next item, it's still in that bottom tub. I can't tell you how many times I've unstacked tubs through the years.
Every time I see somebody's new setup and they've got 12 totes stacked on top of each other, ABC, I just go,
yeah, you're going to struggle.
They look nice. You know, if
doing it wrong.
If you place the milk cartons with those plastic, or I've seen didn't John Cincinnati Picker have a lot of those at one point? Somebody did.
Somebody did.
And if it's not those, it's the US the priority mail boxes. I don't know how many people's I've seen with that.
Mark, I don't have a particular seller for a toner. I generally pick. So the way it generally works is eBay or Amazon, whichever one's cheaper, unless I need it fast, and then I'll order it Prime. So if it could be a little more expensive on Amazon, but I generally get it from Amazon just because. So the other problem with eBay, you know, not only do eBay sellers have a bad reputation for how they ship stuff, they also have a bad reputation for how long it takes. And, you know, we like to blame eBay for all of the problems. You know, this is part of the tough love, this an honest discussion on eBay is we have to look at our responsibility as sellers. You know, I told you a story just 3 or 4 weeks ago that it took 17 days to get a book. 17 days to get a book. And it was, but it was just media mail, Beard. That was the post office. No, it took them 8 days just to get it to the post office. So over half of it was because it took them.
I use media mail a lot, and it doesn't take that long.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
am I delayed?
No.
No. You're just slow as usual.
Delayed the wrong. Okay, delayed that way. Yes.
It's okay.
Delayed developmentally, you're delayed. That's it.
There is no argument there.
I use the BP approved 9-foot shelf mod too.
Yeah, that's the one back here where the 6-foot shelves. I took the other half and stuck them together. Yeah, that's those are gonna come down, and even I'm gonna make that happen in the next couple of days. Even if I can't get the storage buildings down the street, there's the ones I was using were a couple miles away. If I have to put everything there, I have to put everything there. Um, I've got to get going with this building because right now the truck is so full. I couldn't get the treadmill here yesterday because the truck is full because from
Can you
Saturday
guys
the
see
yard
that?
sales.
That's my listed inventory.
That's what I want mine to look like, just like that. And then I'm gonna have a second row on the other side of unlisted so that I can.
Dang, that's organized as hell.
I have problems.
You should see my wife's
Are
inventory.
you OCD?
I am. Look at. I even figured out after these are the Home Depot ones.
Right.
If you put them together like they tell you to, they want you to have one on the very bottom, right on the floor.
Right.
But if you take your totes and set them down and measure, and then raise that bottom one up so that you can use the floor, you get an extra shelf. It was like, oh, because my boys put the shelves together. When I moved from my shop that I had rented a shop. It was costing me $1,000 a month, and I was like, this is ridiculous. So I rented that particular storage unit is 10. It's 15 by 20. And so I have, what do I got here? 2 going down each side and 2 going lengthwise, and they overlap just a little bit on the end. And then I have these little shelves. It's really hard to see right here that I have like CDs, DVDs, that kind of stuff in. And now I have 2 of the big stainless steel rolling racks.
Yeah.
I have 2 of those in there too, because I can just roll those out, anything like that. But my son was supposed to move into the basement, and he and his girlfriend decided to get a place together because her lease was up. So I am in the process now of 1 shelf by 1 shelf moving all my listed inventory down into my basement.
That's where mine is. We got a big basement, so why not use it? But
right,
on a rare occasion, it'll back up. So I keep that bottom shelf, unlike what you're doing, to get the extra shelf on top. I keep the bottom one so everything's elevated off the floor.
Exactly.
So if you're in a basement, that's probably a good way to do it.
Good morning, angry grandma.
That's me, and I'm irritated this morning.
So you should.
Good morning, Tom. You got your hair cut.
Yes, ma'am, I did. How are you?
Looking pretty spiffy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't look like the angry grandma right this second. What the hell?
That's what I was going for.
Leg likes basements because that's where his mom makes him go to eat the pancakes.
I got a text the other day from Roberta saying, "Can you give Tom hell? I'm trying to get him to get a haircut."
Yeah.
So that's what
I've been meaning to do it, but I don't ever go out the house, or very seldom go out the house. I'm getting to be like Lag. Only I don't have a basement.
What do you think? I got a haircut.
Mom brings him down.
Yeah, you're getting a little bristly on the sides. Wait till you become an old man, a really old man, where those gray hairs will draw blood.
Yeah. So today's show, though, the honest discussion about why your eBay account is failing is the name of the show, and it's really been impressed on me. Just a lot of this thought. The reason why so many people are struggling, and we're just going to get it out of the way, is eBay part of it. eBay is absolutely part of it. But to call eBay the whole problem whenever there are sellers that are having tons of success means that it's not all eBay, and there's things you can do. And the one common characteristic I have found as I watch a lot of shows and I listen to a lot of people is the pandemic caused a lot of sellers. As I was at the reseller rally and they asked who was here at the 2017 rally, and I held my hand up, and John and Craig and Pete, and that was it, folks. You look around and go, so all these resellers are after 17. And so what happened after 17? The pandemic. Everybody, you lost jobs, you were forced at home, and you were given money that was, a lot of people were given free money. And so what happened? It created an environment where you could get into reselling. Everybody was buying. It was easy. And so all you did was throw stuff up, it sold, and you thought, and a lot of you never found other jobs because you're doing this full time. I get it. I did that in 2013. I understand it's very attractive to do this full time. But the one thing that I can tell you that none of y'all ever do, y'all never learn to compete because you didn't have to, because it was easy. And so now when it's not easy, you sit around and blame eBay and I put a video up. How many of you watch me optimizing your listings? How many people optimize your listings? Think about the keywords in your title and don't put fire flames and all that emoji crap and rare and
cool.
Oh, come on. Can we put spiders in our Halloween listings?
That nobody searches for. You just wasting your time, and because it's cute.
In fact, when you do those things, it screws you up in Google search if you have a long-term listing.
And then you have one picture. You have one picture, or you're using the whatever the regular product picture is. Instead, you're allowed 24 pictures, folks. eBay wants to see a minimum of 4. I've read that in several places that they expanded it to 24. They're looking for 4 pictures. And why would eBay care how many pictures you have of an item? Let's stop and think about this for a minute. People are using their phones. You have to do another click or two to get to the description. So they will look at the pictures. And so they are buying based on the pictures. So eBay is rewarding you for putting more pictures. Take a picture of the side. Take a picture of the barcode. Take a picture of whatever. Oh, but Beard, I'm not putting the barcode in because that just helps other resellers find it. No, it indexes on Google and all the other things they do. And so the more information, I'm not putting item specifics in. That's eBay trying to build up the AI. That's eBay trying to build up this. And folks, every time you put an item specific in, it tells you how many more searches you're in and how many people are looking for this item based on this search. Why, if it says that you're going to gain another 50,000 search be included in that, and you look at it and go, the hell with eBay, I don't want to do that. They're just trying to get more information out of me. It makes no sense that you're shooting yourself in the foot. It is insane. So you're not going. And then, I mean, it's the way of thinking that you carry all the way through. I'm not doing promoted. I'm doing my promoted listings at 2% because it works. When you've got somebody like me who's used to paying Amazon fees, will come in and do +1 with a cap of 15 and wonder, why is he ahead of me in the search? You listen to a lot of people who tell you that, and I don't care who said it, that sell similar and restarting some of your listings doesn't work. That has worked for years, and I've seen people who and look at their numbers and look at it'll generate views. I'm telling you right now, that is not completely dead. No matter what they tell you, that is not completely dead.
What, ending and selling similar? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's not completely dead.
No.
But the one thing I would tell you is you've got to be a little different and understand. Okay, so if you've got listings that have been around for 60 days, 90 days, and you want to do sell similar, there's a reason they haven't sold in 90 days. Look at the listing before you sell it again and try to figure out,
this is what we're going to talk about on Thursday. How to go in and take those listings and fix them.
eBay hit them, so I'm just going to redo it again. That's not what happened. You've got a crappy listing that you're trying to get eBay to force up search again, and it's probably not going to work. And then you're going to go, well, sell similar doesn't work anymore. It's folks, you've got to change what's up in here. You've got to, I'm glad you got. I hate that you went through the pandemic. I hate all. I lost friends, and that's one of the biggest sleight of hands on humanity. Y'all know my feelings on that, and I'm not going to get into any farther than that. But I can tell you this: it's giving you an opportunity to do this. And you need to understand that if you want to continue to do this, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to learn to compete. You're going to have to learn. You are a business owner. You are not. You still have emotions, and you can get mad. Start a YouTube channel like this and rant and rave for an hour, and then go back to doing what you know you need to do. Even if you've got 3 followers, it's YouTube therapy. I have YouTube therapy every Wednesday. It's awesome.
Do you guys have your stuff on Bonanza too?
I don't even have a Bonanza account.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. It's free. And I was talking to Jeremy doing it wrong the other day. When you go over to I've been selling stuff like crazy on Bonanza. I just sold a jacket for $146 last night. I sold a sweatshirt for $83 this weekend. Sold something else. And that I say crazy because I don't have a paid Bonanza. It's all through eBay. It all goes over, they delist it. But here's the thing. When you go into your Bonanza account, there's a spot that says you have 112 listings that Google denied that you need to reevaluate. Well, if Google, why doesn't eBay tell us that? So I have 112 listings that don't fit Google's whatever. Well, that's an easy fix right there. Take those 112 listings out of eBay, end them, and fix each one of them, and then sell similar.
I say that would be very. I say, why does eBay doesn't do a lot of things that help their sellers? eBay, remember, eBay has changed, and they are run by venture capitalists. Whether you like it or not, you got to understand they are out for eBay. They are not out for you. There's still a wonderful opportunity on this platform. Don't get me wrong. I'm moving back to it to sell more stuff because I don't like Amazon as much. But I can tell you, why does eBay not offer cubic shipping in their shipping plan? A little site like Pirate Ship, which y'all know
because that's 10 cents more that they're going to lose on their fees.
Pirate Ship, I use it every day. I would tell you eBay loses more because people like me use Pirate Ship all day instead of using the eBay system, because I understand that if it's length times width times height divided by 728 is less than 0.5, that I qualify for cubic shipping, and I can go up to 20 pounds. I understand that. That's your calculation for cubic shipping, by the way, folks.
You started doing math, and I kind of get snowed over.
Mark, I did get the box. I have not opened it. It's right there. Yeah, it's been a little crazy here, Mark, but I will get to it and get your message. Whatever's in it, I definitely appreciate it. I just have not opened it yet. But I'm gonna tell you all these things, and Josh has been coming around to this, and he's been talking more about it and leaning towards it's. You got to take some personal responsibility for your eBay account. I would tell you, change who you listen to. If somebody is always negative and they're dooming and they're telling you that eBay is always broken, get those people. That kind of negativity affects you, affects your ability to do what you need to do in your business. It affects the way you treat people. Get rid of the people. Cut them channels out of your life. And I'm not going to name any names because,
Good morning, Mark.
I don't watch that much reseller content, so I can tell you who they are. I don't have anybody in mind, so don't go, oh, Beer's telling you not to watch. I don't know these people, but I know there are a lot of doom and gloomers out there who blame everything on eBay, and they won't look at what they're selling. I've got a video that I'm editing today. It'll be out tomorrow. It's everything I shipped yesterday and what shipping looks like for an everything seller. And I had some big girl panties. Y'all know I did.
What?
I sold a camera. I sold a toy. I sold a video game. I sold a light. It was just all. I sold some socks. It was all across the board of stuff that I picked up that I sold. And same thing goes on Amazon. I sold a Nintendo system. I sold some more big girl panties. I sold it was just on and on and on. It was just a wide, nothing made sense. It was all just, I sold DVDs, I sold Blu-rays. I mean, it was a wide variety of stuff. And how do you beat this? And every person seller, as long as you understand sell-through, for God's sakes, quit listening to these people who tell you that something had a 500% sell-through rate. If somebody says this item has a 500% sell-through rate, you should unsubscribe from them immediately, because they don't understand numbers. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're doing you a disservice. Because the highest percentage sell-through rate you can ever have is 100%. You have an item, you sold it, that's 100% sell-through rate. You have 3, you sold 3. If you have 3 items and you sold 5 for your 267% sell-through rate, you stole 2, or you did something slimy to get to that. That's the only way, folks. Okay, so I will give you, if you have a 2-pack and you divide the 2-pack, you can technically say, I sold 2, even though I had 1 2-pack. You still had 2 items at the end of the day, and it was still 100%. No matter the way, I mean, let's understand that. Understand the numbers. Understand that when you look at something, eBay is not showing you a direct sell-through. You can't look at it and go, well, they're 90 listed now and 180 sold. You're not comparing apples to oranges, because you don't know the time range. All these 90 could have just been listed today, and all these could have been sold in September. It's not the same period through. So you can get an idea of how good something sells, but you can't calculate a sell-through percentage based on the data eBay gives you. Except for your own store.
So I have my Bonanza booth open right now, and it says there's 95 items that were disapproved by Google. Last checked yesterday at 12:30 a.m. Not only does it tell you that, it literally tells you, okay, on 2 items, image was too small, and then it tells you the items. On 6 items, image link internal error, incorrect identifier, 1 item, and it tells you, it literally is telling you everything that's wrong with these listings. It breaks them down for Google shopping. That's my spare ride, and there's another one. There's actually 2. There's one behind the light that you can't really see. Yep. That's my spare ride. My car breaks down.
Yeah, after my Quidditch match, I showed up there lag.
Okay, Harlan. Here, Harlan says he has 5 candy bars. You want 3. Now, how many does he have? He still has 5. 500% of his candy. Okay, let me put. I don't eat candy. Keep your own candy bar. Okay, Harlan.
I thought Harlan was on a low carb diet.
Harlan has 5 candy bars. Somebody who lives in his old neighborhoods wants 5. Harlan don't have any damn candy bars. There you go.
Well, I think people forget, even if you're on a very small scale like me, that this is a business, and you got to think of it as a business. I mean, you got to adapt to what's going on in the now, not what happened 4 years ago, but what's going on now. And, I'm friends with some resellers that, one young lady, if she doesn't make $500, has got $500 worth of sales today, then, she feels like she's got to list some more, it's people just got to quit whining and just got to think about what they're doing and what they're selling. And one thing is not like, I've got all these damn bicycle parts. I'll probably be selling, my children will probably be selling bicycle parts after I die, but I have got nothing in them. I mean, I've got $50 bicycle seats that I paid 60 cents for at an auction. I'm having to learn about bicycle saddles, because the bicycle people, they get really testy about the seat thing.
And make sure you know what that little hole in the seat's for. And what
there's 3. Yeah. In my book, there's 3 sets of buyers that I don't mess around with. Sewing people. I was raised sewing, crafting. When I say sewing, I'm talking quilting and knitting kind of people.
Right.
fishermen and golfers. Two of the cheapest sets of people. They want the best stuff you have for the cheapest. And
Don't. So
irritates me.
I'll disagree on that. Don't discount golfers. I bought a $17 golf club at a estate sale, and it sold in 20 hours. I got $90 plus shipping. I sold a putter yesterday.
Yeah, but what would that have cost them brand new to buy? Do you see what I'm saying? I have a bunch of golf balls that are brand new old stock, and they will lowball you to death. I just end up after the second or third time I've toyed with them and I'd consider it toying, like a cat playing with the mouse when they're sending me their low ball offers. I know what these things cost. I just block them. I don't have a huge block list. I have less than 50 people in my block list. So my tolerance level is pretty high. But man.
So Harlan said he's offended. So it's like you work for a California company. You've got a chef. You've got all the snacks. You got all the stuff. Do y'all have a cry closet?
A what closet?
A crying closet.
No, that's what a pillow. That's what a towel in the bathroom.
A cry. You're saying cry.
I was going to say the basement bathroom is probably a crying closet.
A crying closet. You know, now that they chased all the spiders out of that closet, Harlan, you can request it to be a crying closet. Harlan's work was infested with brown recluse spiders. They had to bomb that place. There were so many of them.
Oh wow,
that was interesting. He's like, there were 8 in my office. That's 8 that you saw. I mean, because they come out.
How many you didn't see? Now I don't want to. Yeah,
it's a cry.
Remind me never to go to Harlan's office.
Crack closet.
I don't mind spiders, but those ones I do.
Two hip chicks. That's what I thought he was saying too.
Can I share this screen, Scott?
Sure. Click on it. I just have to hit. So while she's doing that, the other thing that you got to do that I talk about over and over is you got to develop. Okay, well, remind me to do that point. Let me write this point down because my mind is not good enough to like.
Oh boy. All right. Hang on a second. Let me try this again. I don't know why that didn't work.
Still.
All right, you don't work.
Okay, come over here and lay down.
Okay. So this is Bonanza. And when you go back in here into your whatever they call it, your booth, it'll tell you these things, and it says let's see if I go back one more.
So when you go in and fix these, do you go fix them on eBay as well?
I will end them on eBay.
Okay. Because
they just re-index back over. So 95 items were disapproved by Google Shopping. Review.
But the one thing people always say, Noel, is I'm not going to do anything because we never sell anything through Google. And you wonder. Everything. Yeah, but you wonder how many of our listings are disapproved by Google Shop. You know what I mean?
More of my Bonanza listings will show up in Google before they will show up from eBay.
But it's
guaranteed.
This is something this is really important. I hope you're going to do your complete show on this tomorrow night.
I'm gonna definitely, we're gonna go into this. So if you open this up, review your feed report. Josh, are you still here? Pay attention. It goes right down in here. Now you can have an Australia booth, a United Kingdom booth. I just have United. You can buy it. You can buy a store in Bonanza just like you have anywhere else. I don't. This is all free. This is free, you guys. Free.
Free.
Okay. Errors were found in your feed. Last checked yesterday. Now I can hit this, but I'll do it later. 95 items were disapproved last checked yesterday. Any changes to your feed took place after the above, whatever. So here, let's see. I'm going to go down here. This one right here says image too small, image link 2 items, image too small, see the policy. If you click on this, it literally tells you how to fix that problem.
Right.
I just logged into my Bonanza account. The last time I logged in was 2016.
Okay, I will tell you something. Bonanza likes you to be active. So if you click in there every day and just open a listing or do something, that shows activity. I've been going into I have 3 rejected for keywords. That shows activity, and for some reason I've been doing it every day this last week, and I've been selling stuff. So if you guys don't have a Bonanza account, it's super easy. Truegether also does the same thing. Truegether also imports from eBay for free, and it also ends and delists and all of that. So when you make a sale on Bonanza,
So and it's built right into it. It'll import from eBay or Amazon or Etsy or Shopify.
right, or Shopify. So when you make a sale on Bonanza, I'm leaving this on here because I never, hardly ever have anything unsold in my eBay. When you, especially if you pull it up on your phone, it tells you you're listed, you're sold, and you're unsold. So the first thing you'll do is you'll get a notification from PayPal that somebody sent you money, and the next thing that's going to happen is that unlisted item, that item that's sold on Bonanza, is going to show up in your unlisted. So this is what I sold yesterday. They paid
So it
140.
You're saying it automatically unlist.
I got this at the bins, you guys.
I just checked my billing on Bonanza, and apparently I owe them $30 from years
So
ago.
that's another thing you guys will want to understand on Bonanza. When everything sells, let's go back here. When everything sells, let's see, I have one selling.
All right, all of y'all are missing Phoebe. So look up in the corner if y'all want puppy cam. Phoebe's with me.
One order to ship. Here we go.
Phoebe, say hi.
I started my Bonanza in May of 2011.
Right here. This $146.34. That's the total order with shipping and everything on it. My fee for that, my total fee for that is $12.52, which is 9.2% of the value plus a 25-cent transaction fee. They will bill me for that at the end. They will bill me for that at the end of the month. I just have it set up so that they can automatically take it out of my PayPal. So that's pretty darn good. $12.52 plus 25 cents for free and all of that information. So whether or not you're selling a lot of stuff on Bonanza or not, just this information that you get is priceless, in my opinion.
So you don't pay for listings, you only pay when it sells?
Yep.
And there's no like stores or any of that kind of stuff?
You can have a store. You can go in and have a store. You sure can.
Well, I meant,
I don't have one.
How many listings, if you don't mind me asking, do you have on Bonanza?
I have, hang on a second, I'll show you.
Can you sell everything on Bonanza you see on eBay?
Everything that I have on eBay is on Bonanza.
That's a good picture of you on Bonanza.
3,356 total.
Holy shit. And then you've got the same, I mean, does it cross list? If you list something on eBay, does it pull it from eBay, or do you have to go over and?
Nope, it's all done automatically. It's hands-free.
Darn.
It's free.
So it's always been that way. It's always been free, and it's always been able to pull from eBay. I mean,
Good morning,
I
Amy.
Yes. 2011.
Amy right here is saying she also puts her partial perfumes on Bonanza. So you don't have, you can go on right on Bonanza and list too, and it's not going to go to eBay.
Everything I've ever sold on Bonanza, I listed directly on Bonanza. And that was because there's a few things that didn't, even back in the day, you couldn't list on eBay. And that was my backup.
Steve,
Now-
are you trying to sell your virginity again?
I tried to sell my autograph once. It didn't work. Nobody wanted it. I really did on eBay back in the day.
Do you have a French horn, Noel?
I do.
I have a Noel that lives across the street from me. That's
all right.
I didn't realize.
I paid $50 for it at an estate sale.
Todd, is that your instrument of choice?
Yep.
Took me a while to research it because it's an older one.
My instrument
Okay,
of
so
choice
we
is
have-
the spoons.
We had a question from let's see, Buck Mountain Barn. Sorry. Is there a Bonanza app for the iPhone? So I'm reading on their site. Their app is in beta. So it says it's going through the process of the Apple App Store, so it's not there yet. But
They used to have an app for your phone, and they discontinued the app almost a year ago.
But there's one
even
for
on Android.
Yep. Unless they brought a new one out, but they used to have one for. You got banned on Bonanza because a piece of cosmetics was not allowed in the UK, was listed no warrant. Really? Usually they just take those listings down, send you a little email. Sorry, you can't sell this.
Do they have a way to stop UK sales on those things?
Well,
eBay, you don't have to sell internationally if you don't want to.
Right. I also have a shipping business policy that doesn't allow shipping for international for things that I know can't be shipped, and most cosmetics, anything that's a knife, anything that's a leather type shoe is not. Italy won't allow it. So the things that Levi's jeans, you don't want to ship those internationally. Or you can
had
try
problems with film.
Yeah. So after you've been doing this for a few years, right? You know a lot of you learn this stuff by trial and error and listening to other people.
Yeah. So
How do you
doing it wrong. So you say doing it wrong. His name is Jeremy.
Yes,
Folks. Jeremy is telling you a secret here that not many people talk about. I guess I need to make a short video on how to do this. If they've got a website, you can make it into an app. And so I did this for Brickseat for a long time. And so how do you do that? You go into the browser on an iPhone. You can't do it in Chrome. You have to do it in Safari. But you tell it to, when you get to the screen where you want it to, say you've logged into Bonanza, click on it, send this to home screen. One of your options will be send it on the arrow up. The share will be send it to home screen, and it'll make a little icon, and you can call it whatever you want to and make whatever picture you want to. Android is much easier, but the same process. It'll do on any browser over there. And you can have an app. Basically, it's a shortcut to an app. So basically, you click on it, it'll open your web browser to that page where you are. So basically, you're making yourself so you don't have to go through it. You're
making a bookmark on your phone.
But it's very similar to the way an app works because it's going to open it right to where you want to be. It's going to have all. So that's very smart, folks. You learn some of these things. You know, just because a company doesn't have an app doesn't mean you can't make it easy to use for you. And just by understanding technology and how it works.
So Chris, Mary Kay is something that you probably don't want to sell on eBay. I don't care who you're watching. Mary Kay is a multi-level marketing, and they are big time out after eBay sellers selling on the platform. It might take them a while, but they will find you. And they have petitioned with eBay. There's a whole long thing on it to not let their items be sold. So are there a ton of them listed? Yeah, there are. I'm just giving you what I know. I won't list Mary Kay.
I'll
So
have
it's
Mary over on eBay.
be
Do
careful.
do it on Macari or something.
Yep.
So this is great, a great show. Not where I thought it would go, but this is awesome. So one of the things, it's really why one of the things you should do, not say eBay account failing. Why are you selling as a reseller? You know, it really, brother, should have been is. Have you decided that eBay sucks? I'm giving up, or have you just decided to look at other platforms? And the one thing I tell you over and over is you got to have different ways to sell stuff. Harlan and I sell at the local auction here. I sell on eBay. I sell on Amazon. Even though Amazon's not my favorite, the way they treat people, they're being sued for it. It's still a huge opportunity. And the prices I get over there are generally 30% more. And so expand where you sell, take advantage of other platforms. I did not know, this is brand new to me about Bonanza. I've never had a Bonanza account, never looked at Bonanza, but I will have one today, and I will import that over there today, because that is so important, because I want to really understand Google, because Google is, if you're not taking advantage of the largest search engine on the internet for items, and people go, well, I never get anything sold from Google, so I'm not doing a white background. I'm not doing this. I'm going to put my flame emojis. What if it's something as simple as you've not hit one of their little standards, and so they're not doing it. And if you can make corrections that one site tells you, and now all of your stuff is showing up on Google, I'm very curious to see what I'll sell, that comes through. I think Josh is right. He says he thinks most zero buyers come from Google. That's
100% they do,
because they don't have an eBay account. They're clicking through. They sign out as a guest. So all you people, that's another one that new people, all these eBay. If they've got zero feedback and they ask a question, I'm not doing anything, they're going to just send it back. No, you are treating a brand new customer to the eBay platform like they are a scammer, and they're no different than anybody else. There's no statistically any different. They're not going to return any more than anybody else. But you're telling them that we hate you at eBay. Please go buy this somewhere else. You are doing me a disservice by treating a customer like they're a scam artist, because if they like eBay, maybe they buy something from my store and something I have. You know what I mean?
I think, I've heard a lot of people, and I see I'm going back in the chat and looking at some of the comments while I was showing that. But Amy Junk Trader, she said that, not a crap ton of sales, for sure, not a crap ton of sales. But I know some of you that use these platforms, same with TrueGether. Here's the deal. I don't care if I have a crap ton of sales on Bonanza, because the information that they give us is priceless. And so Jeremy, doing it wrong, has been one of my subscribers for, he's crazy. I know, I can't tell you, but he is a nerd. I love nerds, and he and I will have conversations. So I was going through this stuff the other day, and we were chit-chatting back and forth over Instagram, and I was telling him all about this and sending him screenshots, and he goes, are you going to be on this Thursday? I've been really spotty the last couple of months because it's just been the way, but I said yes, and I'm going to talk about all of this on Thursday, because I have consistently been seeing people, and people have been asking me about a lot of the same things over and over again. Because back to what you said, Scott, there are so many people out there whining and crying about sell-through rate, and it's so negative. And
I'm going to prove to you this. I sold this scanner today on Amazon. I just scanned it and looked it up on eBay. On eBay, it sells for $104.95 brand new, right? You thought, well, Beard, you only bought it for $10 at an estate sale. You're doing good if you sold it for $104.95. Beard sold it on Amazon. Beard got I got $175 for it on Amazon versus $105 for on eBay. That's why you have different platforms. That's why you understand where you're selling stuff at. I picked up an extra $70 on one item for selling this on the right platform. I didn't even list it on eBay because I knew where it was going on. This was just bought last week, and it sold that fast on Amazon. So
Harbor's Hope, I'm getting an affiliate link. Don't fall off your chair, Jeremy. I've been getting harassed for a while because I don't have any affiliate links. So I signed up yesterday. I'm getting an affiliate link for Bonanza, but just type Bonanza into Google and it'll take you there. It'll take you all right in there.
Yeah, I've got a few. I'll get one. So next week I'll have one. So if you're, I'll be able to tell you how this works because I'm gonna spend some time this afternoon getting everything moved over and then really understand what my Google listings are. One thing I can tell you for sure is if you're not doing your accounting, my Reseller Genie has been around 3 years now, and that gets you a discount. I think 15% off your first couple months. Code Bearded Picker. If you're not getting a hold of your, if you don't understand and you want better reporting and that kind of stuff, I'm seriously considering using them full time and backing off the accountant, which is a big move for me.
I was about to ask you, do you still use an accountant?
I do, but I'm thinking very seriously of I'm gonna study what Reseller Genie does, and they've got another integration coming in the next couple of months. I'm going to see how difficult it is. Joni is an accountant by trade, and so really, if with their reporting and the Amazon reports, I think we could probably handle the majority of it. I'd have to have my own service because as an S corp, I have to pay myself, so I need a payroll service. But I think I can find that much cheaper. And
stop right there for a second. You have an S corp. You have an S corp.
Yeah.
So you have to get a paycheck. You just can't.
I have to get a paycheck every 2 weeks.
You just can't go in and take funds as you want it.
And the salary must be commiserate, whatever. It must be
measure it,
whatever that word is.
Compatible with.
I can't just take a salary of $10 and go. It has to be what my sales would justify. So, do I like it? Seller list? Yes, Mark. I need to use it more. I need to get rid of. I need to get back into FBA some, just so I can quit shipping so much.
Is this true? Something that you keep mentioning? Is that another selling website?
Yeah, Together.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a hookup site.
So
if you're using that as a hookup site, then there's something wrong with you.
Just because everybody doesn't sell on these platforms or people have had negative experiences doesn't mean, I don't sell a ton on Poshmark. I sell 2 or 3 items a week. That's 2 or 3 items I would not have moved. It's easy to ship them, So let's. The computer tells you all this stuff, and you can use something like VQuo. I'm working on VQuo because VQuo will pull all the information for these in for most of these platforms. I don't know if they do Bonanza yet, but understand if you're using. Why would I use Pirate Ship? Because I have 2 eBay accounts. Pirate Ship pulls both of them in, so I don't have to go look at the second account and go, what did I sell over there today? Do I need to ship anything? It pulls automatically into Pirate Ship when it pulls. Find ways to make these multiple platforms work easy where you can take advantage of them. My eBay sucks, but what if you got 10 or 12 extra items sold every week on these other platforms? That lessens the pain that you're dealing with.
I just put a link for Together.
I just logged into my Prairie Grid account.
Share. Let me share my screen again, please, Scott.
Hey, Mr. Let me end Mr. Sadie right now. Mr. Sadie says, I live on YouTube money. Folks, I do this for a living. I live on YouTube money. Estimated revenue.
You're living large.
Is $112. When I tell y'all I do these live shows and don't make any money, I do these because I care about this community. I get a bad reputation for, he's about politics, he's about this. But I've done this for 5 years. I think we give out solid information every single week. but it's not because I'm a reseller. I am not a YouTuber. Even though I play on YouTube, $112. Man, that don't even get Tom's haircut.
There
you go.
I get the senior discount at Great Clips. Okay.
we can tell.
Yeah.
I'm just one step above Josh. Josh is not monetized at all, and I'm monetized at $100. So I've sold my soul for $100.
Scott's the Illuminati. Why is it not letting me share? Is it you?
Oh, sorry.
Is Bonanza?
Okay.
Does Bonanza interface with Pirate Ship?
I don't know. I just opened up the screen. I don't know.
Doubt it at this point.
I don't think Bonanza does yet. I just copy and paste the address into Bonanza. I mean, it's not like there's a ton of sales, right? But every sale is nice. I like Bonanza more for the I mean, I love Bonanza. Don't get me wrong. It's free. There's not a lot of stuff out there that's free anymore, you guys. The information that they give me. So this is Truegether. And welcome to a better way to shop. And it's basically, you're not, you're going to have less sales on here probably than Bonanza, but it's the same way. It tells you right here how Truegether works.
Does Bonanza pay through PayPal? Is that where you get your money?
I send it all to PayPal. Yeah.
I mean, do you have a choice where you send it to, or
sure you can have it sent to your
Okay, so they don't use PayPal like eBay used to then, where it's
no.
Okay, good. Here is sorry to interrupt you, but here's Pirate Ship. They do Big Cartel, Big Commerce, Chargeify, Cratejoy, Discogs, eBay, Equid, Etsy, Moonclerk, PayPal, Shopify, Squarespace, Subly, and WooCommerce. So no Bonanza, but no Poshmark and none of those others either. Poshmark wouldn't do it because they give you a mailing label.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to use Poshmark anyway. But anyway, if you have multiple Bonanza, you can also ship straight from Bonanza. So I can go in here. I have one order to ship. Can go right down here and buy shipping. Just like you can do on PayPal. I can go right in here and put all my stuff in and choose my shipping. And they have USPS library mail, which is, I'm not even sure what that is, to tell you the honest truth.
It's probably bound printed matter.
Could be. Well, they have media mail too, Ground Advantage. So these prices that it's showing over here are for this big coat. So they have, they don't offer anything other than USPS, I believe. I never ship from Bonanza. I just go in here and I just copy and paste this and put it in Pirate Ship, and then when I am done, I come back over here and I put the tracking in, and it's that simple.
So Vico does not do Bonanza either. They pick up Walmart and a couple others, but they do not.
Bonanza's small potatoes for those, type of companies.
Oh, for sure.
Who did you say? Vico?
So look at all the different categories on Truegether. Then you can open up antiques, and it's got that. And you can, so it's just another place. It's basically just as free as Bonanza. I need to sign up on here. I mean, you can do List Perfectly or Flip or Vendu and all of that and pay a service and go over to the other cross posting and do that. But these different Truegether and Bonanza are free.
I'm thinking about going to Ponderosa later.
And I think that the thing is that
Bonanza.
This is just another way to get your stuff out to I was trying to end this.
It didn't come across well, did it? It didn't work.
It's just another way to get your stuff out to Google Shopping.
Oh, you use it. Vigo is a
It's an Amazon company. It's their entry into the world of shipping services. It's very similar to pirate ship. Just the big thing with them is right now with them, they're giving you 5% rebate to use on their site.
And you have Go Shippo too, which is compatible with
I
pirate ship.
like pirate ship because it's easy. It's probably the easiest one to use out there.
Yeah, so Tamara's been putting some little notes here about shipping. Priority. A lot of people are especially eBay people are known for, we started off by talking about using a hairdryer to make the flat rate bubble mailer bigger. I shipped a big box yesterday, the 15 by 4 by whatever. It was like $7.20. There is a huge discount right now, and that's being forced by UPS because UPS as pirate ship gives you a bigger discount on UPS right now than eBay does. There's some newer ground service they've been pushing, and so really understand your shipping. You can save a lot of money. If I could have crammed that into a bubble, whatever for what, 8 something, or paid the $7.20.
$8.30 is what a padded flat rate is.
It's not always the best option.
No, but I mean, it is a very good option for a lot of things. But yeah, always just exactly what Tamara said. Always look and see, because a box may be cheaper.
So Mark is still talking about from last week about the buy box on an item he has. Understand the FTC is going after them for this. I tried to list an item yesterday, and they will allow someone to list it used more than I can list it new. And that is a crock of shit, Amazon. And, that's why sellers look at you and think, you are that is strict price setting. That is price. They should not be allowed to do that. And FTC needs to really buckle. If you list it as like new, you can put it for whatever price you want. But if you put it at new, they put price controls on you. And it's just.
Was it on my show yesterday, or was it because I was binge watching all of your shorts since I got lectured by you yesterday for not watching them? You were talking about people selling like new items, and when you look down to the description, it was like,
okay.
Well
so
used.
If you, oh yeah, so that was the. I need to make this. We were talking about it. So I was looking up an item at the auction because I buy at the auction that I sell at, and there's an item that's new, and I'm like, I wonder what this is worth. I look it up and it says $25. I'm like, that sucks. And then I start looking at it, and in the title it says pre-loved. How can it be pre-loved and brand new on the same damn listing? It's either pre-loved or it's new. It's not both. And so I sent them a message, and they go, "Oh, thank you for letting us know. We meant to fix that. We fixed it." They put it new other. They put it new other. And I sent them another message. I'm like, what the fuck part of new do you not understand? It's not pre-loved. It's not used by a customer. It's not refurbished. New means new. You say that it's used and it's been gently reconditioned. Okay, gently reconditioned. Should never have the word new. You make all of us look terrible. You are killing the damn sellers because this thing is a $70 item. And there's a couple of people that got 70, but most people are selling it for $25 because of this idiot has, the customer's going to get it thinking it's new and it's going to be used. The other sellers can't sell it at the new price because this idiot is screwing everybody, yet they want to go after, somebody. eBay, make it easy to report the stuff. You go to report a listing, you can't report any of this stuff. There's not an easy way to report bad listings. You want to clean up the site, get rid of bad listings. Get rid of stuff like that.
Oh, speaking of bad listings, you should see the one that I sent. I should have sent it to you, Scott. I was doing some comps on some items the other day. I've sent it to Jeremy first. I was like, what the hell? It showed like I just recently sold a Trader Joe's like a cocktail menu thing. Trader Joe's, and I sold it for $80 some. If you guys don't know about Trader Joe's, I can't help you. Anyway, so I'm scrolling through, right? And I see this tiki thing and I'm like, what the heck does that I was looking up Mr. Christmas stuff. All right. So this thing comes up, it shows this little tiki guy. And I'm like, what the heck? So I clicked on it just to see what's going on. It was literally a listing for, there was no real title. You had to click on it and open it up to see what it was for. And then it pops up this store that had like, what was it, Jeremy? 330. Yeah. Josh said that those are the Nitoscan 8,000 listings, which is fine. But how are they selling anything? You can't even, it had nothing in the title about what it was selling, which was DVDs, I think is what it was. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, I understand that Nitoscan Josh talks about. If you don't know what it is, look that thing up. It'll list so many items per hour, and they're automatically done. But I'm telling you right now, we are not to the point where a machine can beat you if you do it correctly. I can, optimize your items. These things do not optimize and one day they probably will, but we're not to that day yet. So if you continue to do the things you know to do to make a great listing sell, folks. And by great listings, sell things that sell. If you're going to buy something to resell, you better make sure it sells. And then you need to understand how to sell it. It's
and factual and to the point.
Yeah.
This is not 1996 where you got the Christmas background in the background.
Keep it simple.
Yeah,
that's how I've always done it. Just the facts, ma'am.
You've got to make it, because let's tell the story of this customer. So I had an an eBay customer buy a camera, and this crazy woman starts messaging me about what kind of card she needed for it, and on and on and on. And I'm thinking, I went back and looked at which camera she used, because all cameras are the same. So I can answer generic questions the same. After about question 8, she says, "And what kind of battery is this camera taking?" I'm like, wait a minute. She bought one of the parts only cameras. This person, it said parts only in the title, it said parts only in the description, and it was condition parts only. And she's trying to figure out how to use this camera. I'm like, it has a focus. It says right there, focus problem and loud motor, parts only. It's a $150 camera that you bought for $32. Customers don't read. Make it easy, make it simple. I mean, there's a reason why so many people put the word read in the titles, read description, because people just don't.
Which I don't like either, because nobody searches that way. But if you really want to get there, I put parts only in caps in the title.
Hey, everybody.
So that, and then I put it in the description, and I put it in there 3 or 4 times. Parts only.
It's me, Franklin. Hey.
Yeah, you guys hit the thumbs up button.
Franklin said, hit the thumbs up. If I had a thumb, I would hit it.
Well,
eBay and Amazon and all those companies have made it so hard to find a description sometimes. If you're looking on mobile to find an eBay listing, you have to click extra things just to get to the description.
Yeah, the line that says description.
So you want to, when you do have a description and people do read it, you're going to want to keep that simple and factual. No embellishment. I mean, people embellish so much on these stupid lists.
Oh,
and don't put your damn
terms
of service in there. Nobody's going to read that shit.
Nobody's going to read it.
What gets me
and it actually
it
turns me away when I see all that stuff.
I read it.
When you go to an item, you're looking for an item to buy, and you go to you click on it, and then you have to wade down through all the pre-populated stuff that eBay puts in there before you can actually get down to the description, what you want to, the seller has.
I'm the same way Steve is. I see all that garbage. I'm like, this seller's going to be a problem. The hell with them.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, sell stuff that sells, folks. How many people pick up? I showed this on Tom's show. How many people pick up that for $4? It's only got 18 pieces in it.
Well, it's Mario, so I'd look at it anyway.
It says Lego on the front of it. Isn't
I
that the
would
Lego
pick it
one?
up and I would run a comp on it before
Yeah.
I decided.
It was at a yard sale 3 hours after it started, just sitting there.
I'm still amazed at the things you can find at the last day on a yard sale at the end that people passed up. It's reseller, and I know there's resellers in my area. There didn't used to be, but there's a lot of them now.
Our yard sales usually run one day around here because you are supposed to get a yard sale permit, which costs you $5. If they bust you,
Too damn cheap.
if they bust you, it could cost you up to $700.
You know, all that stuff can be done online.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
20
The last yard sale I had, I went
24
online, I
bucks.
got my permit, and I printed it out.
When I looked it up, it was 32. So there's evidently some people come in and decide they can sell it lower. Yeah, but that's
Like,
how many
But
resellers?
even
I would open that to make sure all the pieces are there.
yeah, absolutely.
Lag's a dumbass thing. You got it.
I
Hey.
have.
And you know,
If I have a
love you,
question
Lag.
if something, if I have a question if something's actually been new, or maybe has been resealed, I will open it. But generally, on something like that, you can tell it's never been opened.
I was watching a YouTuber, an eBayer, and he bought something for his wife that was new in sealed packaging, and he bought it for Christmas. I mean, her birthday. When she opened it up, what was supposed to be inside of it wasn't even inside of it. It was like they had put. It was supposed to be an expensive set of knives, and it was just like you cleaned out your kitchen knife drawer.
So that makes good sense. That's what I'm going to do. Package it up for my wife. Make it look like it's brand new. Oh, they must have messed. See, it's the
He's
thought that
gonna
counts.
beat you.
But he was talking about the fact that anybody can go buy a heat sealing gun, get the heat wrap, the seal wrap, the heat gun, and make it look like it's brand new.
Oh, and there's plenty of YouTubers out there that'll teach you to do that too. That irritates the living
You got to be
bejesus.
careful. You got to be careful, especially like with DVDs
Okay, so
and video games. People will do
So
that.
I'm gonna add on to what Noel said is if you're watching somebody on YouTube or whatever any of these platforms, and they try to and they're showing you to do something that breaks the rules, that they try to justify because I made it new again, any of that kind of stuff, immediately unsubscribe, never listen to them again, because reselling is hard enough as it is that if you don't follow the rules, even eBay eventually will kick you off. Don't follow the rules enough on eBay and there's people that get banned from eBay. Amazon, if you're over on Amazon and skirting around, it won't take long. They will throw you the hell off until you never come back. The best thing I can tell you to do is verify what people tell you and listen to people who explain the rules and do it the right way. It is shortcuts. They piss customers off. They piss platforms off, and then all of a sudden they piss you off because you get returns because you did something you shouldn't have done. And then you blame it on everybody else. I understand a lot of the problems you caused.
I saw a post the other day. This guy had several of one item. Let's say a toy. I don't know what it was really. He didn't say. But he had they're brand new in packaging, but the packaging had some damage on them. Instead of taking a picture of the worst packaging for his multi-quantity listing, he took a picture of the best packaging. Guess what happened? He got returns.
Of course he did.
Take a picture of the worst.
And that's a definite case of a read in your title.
So yesterday, one of the things I saw was I drink these because I'm trying to get more water. So I drink these. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to list a 3-pack. One of them got squashed. So did I send them this one that got squashed? No. They got 3 good ones. I'll drink the squash one. And, the condition matters, and do right by most of the time. Doing right is to me, it's easier to do things the right way, because then I don't have to think about it. I can make processes. I can train my mind. I can do it the right way. If you have to figure out how to do something, chances are you're getting around rules.
I'll tell you what, too, when I buy bigger things that are new in the box at an estate sale or whatever, and I go to list them. Now, I'm not talking about something like a Lego, something that has a security tab that is got what it's got in it. So I bought a printer that was new in the box.
Yeah, right. They swap them out all the time.
I took pictures of it, and then I opened it. I cut the seal and I opened it, and I took the styrofoam off the top and took pictures down in that. And in the description, I wrote, this was opened so that you could see the contents of what was inside.
I've done that.
Because just like whoever it was.
We are all professional shippers. So it is not hard for people like us to make a box look brand new that's been opened. I can take that box and make it look brand new if I want to.
Nick Picker says box and bag is really cheaper than regular cubic. If done correctly, I 100% agree with that. So the other thing there is too, that the one that eBay is not giving you, I've seen it. Amazon is given, and I haven't seen it yet on Pirate Ship. There is a such thing as ground advantage cubic, and I need to do some more research into that, because Amazon is giving ground advantage cubic. Has anybody else seen ground advantage cubic?
Yeah, because you can. Honestly, for ground advantage cubic, basically, you don't even have to put a size, your dimensions. Somebody was talking about this yesterday. I forget who it was. And I don't understand this. I don't understand people teaching other people to not put your weight and dimensions in. So I was listening to a guy named Justin. I don't know. He's pretty smooth and he's pretty smart. And apparently, I've been watching him for a while, and I couldn't figure out why he didn't have very many subscribers. But apparently, Harry Tornado caught on to him and shouted him out. He went from 1,500 subscribers to 15,000 in less than 3 weeks. He did a video yesterday about how to do a listing in 4 minutes. If you, as a seasoned reseller, can do a good listing from purchasing it, not from doing comps, doing your listing and your photos in 4 minutes every time, good luck. I literally despise people that put videos out like that.
It depends on the item. 5 minutes is probably but also when doing the research, I'm picking the best listing. I'm starting off on sell similar from a better listing, but you still, folks, if you're doing sell similar and you don't check the details of those listings, you'll be amazed what kind of craziness that people put in the items.
Well, he didn't even add any extra specs. Like half of the item specifics weren't even in there. And I'm like, he's like, looks good. Okay, let's go take pictures.
Well, that's somebody who thinks that, I don't know who this person is, no clue, thinks that volume is better than quality. The more you have, the more you're going to sell.
But that's the person who is showing people. The next thing they're going to say is, I didn't sell anything, because they're not in all those searches that they just screwed around and didn't put on. They have skipped around. So it's much harder to, Craig says, sell similar. I can do it in 5 minutes from sell similar. But
sure.
if you've got to create it from scratch,
I don't create
and do a good one in 5, that is extremely difficult. That is a 10 to 12, 15 minute to get a very good
creating from scratch is not a 5 minute
somebody like
process. Me
that does a lot of vintage and stuff like that. You may have to do some research on your item.
Sure.
So and he can
and anybody who gives you a cookie cutter for everything,
yeah. And you can sell you can bust your ass and you can sell your 20 items for $5.99, $6.99, $7.99 free shipping with your promoted listings and your sales baked into that so that you're paying promoted listing fees on your free shipping so that your sale is running on your free shipping. You know, because then he showed him, he goes, well, I'm going to do free shipping on this. So we're just going to put, he goes, it was like a crutch, only you strapped to your knee so you could walk if you had something done to your, he goes, we'll put in 30, 30, 30 and 9 pounds. He goes, it really doesn't matter. He goes, because I'm going to do free shipping on this and we're going to promote it at 2%. All right. Anybody that knows me knows I don't do free shipping, period. If you are promoting your listings and you're doing free shipping and you're running a sale, you're paying fees on your shipping.
Yep, 100%.
There are times I do free shipping.
Okay, so hey, I'll show you the difference. This right here, I can list this on eBay in about a minute. It won't take very long. It's the item. This right here is not much needed. You can look through this stuff. This can go in a minute. Yeah, yesterday or day before yesterday, strawberry shortcake mug. There's only a few of them up there. This thing is going to take more. It's got to have better pictures because I got to be able to show the condition. I got to be able to show labels. Got to be able to show the inside plus the watch. I forgot to show I got the watch for $1 too. She threw the watch in with it. The strawberry shortcake watch.
Take your little Mr. Clean sponge and it'll get that stuff off the bottom of the mug.
Yeah. You know, I have a wife who collects Pyrex. She can get stains off any kind of.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
So this one takes a little more research and to understand because I have to look at there are 2 solds. So I need to look at their item specifics to see what they included, what they didn't include to make sure it matches. But this one will take a little bit longer. So your item 100%, there's no one size fits all for this. Same thing. If I was going to,
I remember back in the day, Craigslist Hunter said something about how many listings Vicky does a day, and it was a smaller number than you would expect for somebody who's running a business that size. But my guess is that it's because she has research to do on each and every item, and she's not just doing a cookie cutter. You know, and I'm sure she's still, I don't even know. I don't watch that.
Yeah, and she did. She would tell him the stuff that she had found out about these items, you know. So I think all of is eBay part of the problem? It is. But the biggest part of the problem is us, and not necessarily us, but us as sellers. Because if you are listening to the same people over and over again that are telling you have 20,000 items in your store and let 1,000 of them be the same thing that has, you know, if I have a lot of ephemera, a lot of postcards, a lot of that stuff. I'm not listing them right now, and I'm not going to list 500 or 50 or 200 of the same category every day. That is not good for your store. I will list, like I have a bunch of these 3D paint. What are they? Diamond painting.
Mm-hmm.
I got them free. They don't sell for a ton. So I'm going to lot a lot of them together. They sell for about $20. But you know, and the thing is with these, they don't have a lot of them come like this with all of the stuff on the inside of them. They don't have a company name. There's just a number. So there's a name there on the back, but that's just for the thing. I had to do some major searching and unrolling of this. Finally found a name up there so that I can find out what the hell these things sell for. And I can't do I couldn't do that in 4 minutes. I don't.
There's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, but after now you've researched that, so the next time you find those, you might be able to do that listing in 4 minutes because now you know what you're doing.
Sure.
And also, you know now if you get one of those to immediately, if you don't see a name on the outside, you know immediately to unroll it and look around the edges of it to find whatever the name and model number of it is.
Right.
I thought I had screwed up. I have a box over there, no label on it, and I opened it up and it was a camera, and I'm like, I shipped that damn camera yesterday. I wonder where I sent it to. It still shows no label. Thank God. But if you look at that, so this phone is. I only use this phone. Well, I use it to make. Somebody asked me that yesterday. How do I do the? One of my things had a picture and a picture. What did I use the? Tom, you watched all my shorts. You see the one where my face is in the corner.
Yeah.
And this thing has what's called director's view. It's built into all Samsung Galaxy phones, the Ultras from the 21 on. And so if you look at it, it shoots both cameras at the same time. So that one's pointing at you and that one's pointing at me. So, and you can swap them and put whichever one you want to be inset and out. So that's how that's
cool.
So I kept this phone just because I like that feature to make shorts where you can see me and see what I'm filming, so I can talk to you about it. And the other thing I do is I don't want all my eBay pictures on my iPhone. I just don't. I take videos on the iPhone, but the pictures clog it up. And so
delete them.
So I'm just looking at the ones that not when I got this to take pictures. I just list with this. It just does Wi-Fi. So I did 3 coffee mugs, Starbucks mugs, Stuttgart, whatever. There's one Atlanta. I listed an extender. That little guy, you'd be amazed. That guy, that's a $20 little piece. Like I think it's $23 what the last one sold for a dish. Golf club, some OCs on clouds. This is a good one here. How many people would have picked up the baby Doppler? I saw it laying on the table for $5. It's a Doppler at home that you could I guess the lady had a baby and didn't need another one.
It's an ultrasound. It's
that thing's
like an ultrasound machine.
$38 sold in like 30 minutes. It was crazy.
Weird little baby tech does really good.
Another pair of shoes. I mean, but you can look at the variety of stuff that I've got set to list. Vision wear from Corning. I got a 6-piece set of that stuff. That stuff was at a yard sale at 4:00 in the afternoon for $8. How many resellers went by that yard sale and didn't buy? I bought a Spirit radio, a Motorola handheld radio, a camera. I know y'all can't imagine me listening to camera, but it's just the sheer. This is another good one. This was on half price day at an estate sale. A Pentax spotting scope. It said as is on it because this is in a plastic case. There's the plastic case is in. I had to take the foam off of it because the foam deteriorated and got on everything. That's why they listed it as is. I bought it for $10. It's listed for $229 on eBay right now.
I just sold this. It's a piece of fabric, you guys. $36 shipped.
And so I shipped one of these yesterday. I sold it. If you're not looking at if you're scared to ship a 13-inch TV, come on now. It fits in a medium Lowe's box, 18, 18, 16. This is not hard. It went to South Alabama. I got $57 to ship this crazy thing. I think it cost me like $22 because it stayed in the state. Apple Watch band at a yard sale. This stuff is out there, folks. I think Josh said the people that go to yard sales and spend $20 or $30. I'm like, who the hell's going to yard sales spend $20 or $30? I spent like $900 on Friday and Saturday. People are getting rid of stuff. Stuff is still out there. But you got to look at all of it.
Watch Scott Shorts. Watch him. Being that he only has 59 seconds to say something. That makes it good because Scott can get kind of wordy there.
You know how much I have to cut out. I have to clip out to get it under.
Now you know why I don't do shorts.
But I like shorts because it gets to the point. It just gets to the point. But like I said, if you haven't watched them, watch them.
Scott has shorts on. So Chris Phillips is Buck Mountain Barnes, and Buck Mountain Barn on YouTube, and he asked me a question concerning Bonanza. If you end and sell similar on eBay, how does it affect your imports to Bonanza? It just ends them. And then when you sell similar, so every 24 hours, I think Bonanza reindexes. But you should, if you're going to be on Bonanza, and I have 3 monitors here, and you are working on eBay, open up a Bonanza tab, go in there, check it, do what you need to do. If one thing I have noticed, if you run a sale on eBay, it does not go over to Bonanza. So all of my sales on Bonanza are full price sales. That's another thing. You can go in on Bonanza and run sales. I think you have to have your own shop. But I just love the information, the technical information you get for free, and that you can't beat that.
Do you list directly to Bonanza and it populates to eBay, or you list on eBay and it populates it to Bonanza?
Mm-hmm. You can list directly on Bonanza and it doesn't go to eBay, or you can list on Bonanza and let it go to eBay. But there's things that you can list on Bonanza that you can't list on eBay. So
right,
just be, anybody that's doing that, just be mindful of that. So yes, you can list from Bonanza and send it to eBay. Absolutely.
Amazon. There's a lot of things on Amazon you can't sell new, but you can sell as like new or lesser. And so, like I said, I've got all these bike parts, and they're brand new. I mean, they still got all the shipping and the manufacturer's labeling and cardboard attached to them. And I can't sell them new on Amazon, but I can sell them as like new, and the like new price is still better than the eBay price.
Yeah, because it's 90% of the other one. It's usually like new on Amazon. It's usually about 90% of the new price. You're not allowed to say it's still new. You can just say like it's still in original packaging or packaging not open. You can get around to saying it's new.
I mean, so I just do like new, still in still in the original packaging.
But Amazon is dangerous, and more people need to understand this. They think that all these Vori lawyers and people who are sending me letters, I can ignore them. I have the first sale doctor, and it's not going to cover your ass, folks. The problem is you're violating Amazon's policy, which is going to kick you in the butt. Because Amazon, if you read the condition for new says it must. No problem with that.
Did you say read?
I said read. This is new, no problem. It's a toy. There's no warranty implied with this. But if you sell a new electronic, it's gonna come with a warranty. But a third-party seller is almost always excluded from the warranty. So you're selling a product as new on Amazon, and Amazon requires that if it has a warranty on it, that the warranty be honored. And so since the warranty can't be honored because it doesn't transfer from you to your buyer, you can never sell that as new. Technically, it must be like new, used like new. So the customer understands that they're not getting a warranty with this. Because if Amazon was the primary seller, a lot of stuff is sold by Amazon on Amazon, you get the warranty because they've got deals with the manufacturers. And so many sellers don't understand that, but why these companies will come after them. And that's what they're going to use is the warranty to get you. And because you can't honor the warranty, therefore you should have never sold it as new because you violated Amazon's policy. Therefore, you're doing damage to their brand because their customer is now upset because they bought an item and you misrepresented it. That's where you get in trouble.
So you're short. You're short for today if you haven't made it yet. Talk about.
I made one on coffee today.
You what?
I made one on coffee today. I drink 1 cup of coffee today. It is 24 ounces and it's got 3 coffees in it, but it's 1 cup.
It's in 1 cup. Your return policy is your warranty.
If a doctor it's all about following the rules. If a doctor does not follow the rules with all his education and everything, if he doesn't follow the rules, one simple rule could cause him to lose everything he owns and lose his license and never be able, he or she, to practice again. Got to throw that she in there.
Ask that doctor that worked for the gymnastics department of the Olympics about that.
So you got to follow the rules. In doesn't matter what business you're in, and reselling should be a business, even if you are a pretend reseller like I am. And I'm not even a part-time reseller. I'm the next step from that. It's, you just got to follow the rules, and it's, not trying to suck up to Scott, but he does. He's been doing a lot. He sells a lot. So he knows all the little really ins and outs that you should really be paying attention to. Because he's so wonderful.
Last week I sold a do you remember the Good Seasons? It was a glass cruet, and you would get the Good Seasons Italian dressing packet, and you put it in there with water and vinegar and shake it up. Yeah. Okay, so I found one at an estate sale that was still sealed. So it still had the 2 packs of, which they were probably fine because they're anyway, who knows how old it was? I don't remember. And so I pulled it out and took all the pictures of everything. And you gotta let them know that this is a collectible. They're gonna get it, and it's not for eating anyway. A lady bought it. She paid quite a bit of money for it too, but she $34.99. My original cruet, she just gave me positive feedback. My original cruet got tossed in the garbage a while ago, and horrified that you can't buy them with the lid anymore. So happy to have this back. Nice packaging and fast shipping.
All right, so here's one, whether you open it or not. I never seen this one before. It's the Coca Motion. It's brand new, sealed.
Oh yeah.
It's packed. But do you see what's in it?
Cocoa.
I opened it. And why did I open it?
To put new cocoa in it.
Because I wanted to see the date on this crap. I found it somewhere. It's on here somewhere. It expired in there it is. Sell by March of 01.
It's still good. I just literally put
I'd give it a shot.
I put estate sale fine. Box was opened by me to take photos. Everything in the box as it was sold. Packets are still usable. No best by date. However, I would encourage you to not use them.
So on Amazon, you get way more money for this thing. But that's the other reason why you got to, if you sold that on Amazon with this in it and expired and somebody complains,
your account is gone.
Don't send me a message to ask me why did I lose my account.
Right.
There's some things, no matter how much more money you get somewhere else, I would be better off selling that as used on Amazon versus new on eBay, which is a joke because that thing used on Amazon sells for it with more as much as new on eBay.
Well, you could also go to the grocery store and buy a new packet of the cocoa and put in there.
Phil, I tried to get Harlan to try this with me on camera, but he won't do it. Harlan's a chicken. I told him I tried even my buddy Joe Morris Thursday. This guy had the Coke on a Coke crate with some unopened sun drop bottles. I'm like, dude, let's just buy them and drink them on camera. He was scared.
There's a whole YouTube channel of this guy, and I can't remember the name of the channel.
I know who you're talking about, Steve.
His YouTube name has nothing to do with what he does, but he eats really old stuff. Yeah.
Well, every time you drink a 100-year-old bottle of wine, it's when you pop the cork on it, it's a gamble whether it's going to be any good or not. I met a guy yesterday.
Yeah, because we all buy 100-year-old bottles of wine and pop the corks all the time.
That's what I should do. I should make a video of me using the Coca Motion to drink the 22-year-old hot chocolate.
There you go.
It's probably still good.
it's still eat a 22-year-old MRE.
Yeah.
I've
They're
done that.
most people
MREs when
don't
they're brand new
understand
and
that a can of peaches or whatever that's been canned, that's good for 25 plus years, you guys. I am a master food preserver for Washington State University. And it's just part of one of those things I did because I was raised on a dairy farm. We grew our own food. We processed our own food and stuff like that. So anytime somebody starts to give me all kinds of this crap, it's whatever the USDA is getting paid by these manufacturers to say on the label. They just want you to buy it, get sick from this crap they put in it, and then throw it away before you can or can't use it and buy more. So a canned can is good for 25 plus years. Be a trailblazer and look this stuff up and learn it for yourself, and don't be a sheeple.
The problem with military MREs is they have a 10-year cycle on their date codes. So if something was made in 2019, it would have the same date code as something that was made in 2009. So it's, and I've sold some MREs and never gotten a complaint, but just so everybody knows.
That's good info, Todd.
Yeah, it's you can look it up. I wanted to look it up because I wasn't positive, because I mean you get stuff from the Vietnam era that would have a date code on it that looks like it's 5 years old or something.
Did they, Brenda?
So look at this.
That's cool.
This is some wood carver stuff I got Saturday at the estate sale. Look at the frog.
Cool.
But while I was at the estate sale, I left them my card and I said, what do you know, it's a family run estate sale. What are you going to do with the stuff at the end? Well, we don't know. We'll probably just donate it to Goodwill or whatever. I left my card and said, well, if you got some, you see the stuff I've been buying, you might call me and I'll make you an offer on some of the things that you got left. And sure enough, yesterday she called me, said, come out and look.
That's cool.
This is hand carved by her grandfather in the 1970s.
So what else did you besides the wood buy besides the wood carving stuff, Todd? Because you never go any place and just buy.
Oh Lord, I bought all that stuff I showed you yesterday. Were you not paying attention?
No, I'm talking about, you said you went. They called you yesterday and said to come back.
Yep, I bought it Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Dang,
Okay.
Tom, you need to clean your ears out.
No, I'm just got about 5 things going on my screen at one time here.
Look at this. This is carved from one piece of wood.
Those
I
are
love
cool.
folk art stuff.
Somebody had some time. Somebody loved doing that kind of stuff.
Are you going to sell them on eBay, or are you going to take them down to the artsy store and get them to consign it for you?
I'm gonna sell it on eBay. Look at this piece. Isn't that cool? That's all one piece of wood that's been carved.
You could almost wear that for a bracelet.
Won't fit on my hand, but yeah. But she called me up yesterday. Said, come on back out. Okay, I'll meet you Friday at 1 o'clock. Look at this piece.
He's a good carver.
She said that the man called this piece demons.
I could see why.
look like they're dancing around a fire.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Drop
Might
it.
be good to list on Etsy too.
I have a friend that started doing wood turning bowls during COVID. Anyway, I have 3 of her bowls. I got to get those listed out of 3 different materials, and she did a really nice job.
But I love folk art stuff.
Brenda, I grew up on home canned food. We had always had a big garden because my dad believed in idle hands were the work of the devil. So we were weeding gardens all summer long. But my mom and my grandmother, when she was up visiting us, they canned all summer long, putting up vegetables. We didn't eat very much out of cans like you buy at the store.
Yes, Mark, it is true. You're supposed to use new non-labeled boxes
For what?
for Amazon. FBM. So I do violate that every now and then. That's one of the few rules I do break. Like yesterday, I had to send something that I didn't have a plain box, so I did use a Lowe's moving box. But
I have broke that rule a couple times, but I'm very careful about how I do it. If I can use my paper tape to cover a label when nobody ever knows it was there, that kind of thing. But very rare on Amazon.
Can you wrap boxes in brown paper for Amazon?
Yeah. Sure, but you could, I suppose, but
I mean, if
you're not hiding the label, because they'll tear the paper off and still see that label.
UPS doesn't like that because it gets in their machines.
Yeah, they don't like it.
I never do it.
It's not illegal to do. It's not against anything.
Todd still wraps stuff in newspaper and a piece of twine and shit.
Yeah, no, Mark. Having the manufacturer the box supply hut on the box is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, how about can you reuse Amazon boxes? Because God only knows I got enough of those around here.
I don't think that ever.
I have done that.
I have done that, but you also realize I put a piece of paper tape back over the paper tape, so it shows less that it looks like it was open. But
if I'm doing it, I make that box look like it's the first time it's ever been shipped. When it's an Amazon customer,
right?
But I rarely would do it, and it's only in desperation.
It's like 14 by 10 by 4. Some of those crazy size boxes at Amazon, you get the little thin ones or whatever. But they allow you to use postal service boxes too, so that's why I don't think as much about the Lowe's. With the priority boxes, I've got stuff written.
I have ordered from big companies and got things in other company branded boxes because they use what they have. I've ordered bubble wrap from a big company.
Bubble wrap or it's just like right now, Dollar Tree. I haven't been in a Dollar Tree and I don't know how long, but they are getting little paint kits, and the little 6x4x4 boxes are going out. You can get those boxes don't have any markings on them. So if you're a dumpster diver for recycled boxes because you don't want to pay for them, or you can get them for free, whatever. The Dollar Tree is probably one of the best. Dollar Tree, and I don't know if you guys have grocery outlets, same thing. When they get their stock in and stock their health and beauty and stuff like that, some of the best places to go and get little boxes because they fold them flat and put them out in their recycle, and you can't beat that.
Sorry for before my 5% discount for 644 boxes from Supply Hut are 35. So you're talking. But 34 cents a box, yeah, I'm not diving in a dumpster for 34 cents a box when I can have 100 of them sitting here.
I remember watching you dumpster dive.
I had a sandwich too. That was set up.
The show should have been better. It should have been good. But
we finally got Todd from turning inside out cereal boxes and shipping into those. So now paying for boxes.
There are still people who do that shit.
I know. I got a box. I got it was a present for my great nephew. It was a Paw Patrol towel, and it came in a cereal box that had been flipped inside out.
Why flip it inside out at that point?
Mark, where
No,
did you get these old electronics that have batteries in them? Because honestly, if I find something that's new in the package, new old stock at an estate sale or wherever that has batteries with it, I'm gonna ask if I can open it up and look at it before I buy it.
Yep.
Well, MP3s are generally sealed batteries, like this guy here. You don't know anything about the battery in that thing.
Right.
And a lot of the electronics nowadays, if they're including batteries, even if they're the rechargeable ones, they're usually separate outside of the device.
Nowadays, but not back
Yeah.
when my kit, not in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
So what do I do with those? So I've had people ask me about those. That like a flashlight that had the battery on the outside and the batteries are bad, but the flashlight is still good. How would you sell that? Would you sell it on Amazon? I would sell it as like new, and then I would take 2 brand new batteries and attach to the packet and let them and I put in the description, batteries on the packet are bad. New batteries are included as a replacement, and there you go.
I would have a hard time doing it. I'd sell it on eBay for sure, but on Amazon, I don't know.
Never
But
had
I
a
understand
problem.
where you're coming from. Yeah,
But I would not do it.
including good batteries.
I would not send it and let the customer just find it that way. That's
Yeah.
Amazon suicide. But
Todd's gonna ship those wood carvings in a Cheez-It box.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let me
You know
ask
how
y'all
I
about
keep
this.
people from copying my listing? I put a sticky note on it when I'm taking my pictures, and nobody ever copies my listings when I put one of these in my pictures.
I honestly don't care if somebody copies my listing if I've already sold it or
The whole
whatever. I don't care.
thing is, if you actually read eBay's terms of service, the minute you
They're
put a
allowed
photo
to.
up, it belongs to them.
Absolutely.
Let me ask y'all a quick question before Scott shuts this thing down. Yesterday afternoon, I met this guy because
Shut it down quick.
He
Just
bought a
kidding.
bunch of he bought a box full of bicycle parts. I have no idea what the hell they go for because they were just loose parts because this came from an auction from a bike shop going out of business. Anyway, so he bought this box of parts, and I delivered them to his house because he's not too far away from here. And I was waiting in his foyer, and I looked over into his dining room, and his wife has got their dining room table, which seats about 10 people, completely set out, plates and goblets and flatware and all this kind of stuff. And I said, "Oh, you're getting ready to have a party or dinner party?" And he said, "No." He says that stays out all the time. He says you can't eat off of it. It's got lead in it. It was. These were like gold and orange and dark yellow, pearlized or whatever you want to call it. You know, that real glossy, blended looking stuff. But he says, no, you can't. He says they used to eat off of them, but they've got lead in them and you can't eat off of them anymore. I mean, you know, they say don't eat off of them. So they're just for decorations. Have y'all ever heard of such a thing before? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't generally go to houses where I have to talk to the butler. So there you go.
No, it wasn't the butler. It was the owner. Because he fixes up bicycles for kids. He gets old bicycles and he fixes them up for kids.
So y'all heard that? Just right around the corner. And so where's your butler? How come we never see him?
I'm out in the junk room. No, he lives on the rich side of 485. I live on the poor side of
strings with a bell that he just pulls.
Yeah, that's what the clicker here is for. But anyway, like I said, I was just wondering if you anybody has heard of that before. I mean, I've seen the dishes like in not trade lots at
Are they?
Go ahead.
What kind of dishes were they?
They were glass.
And they have like an oil slick look on them.
Yeah, and they're pearl it looks like pearl.
It's
but it was like
iridescent.
orange and-
Iridescent.
pardon me?
Iridescent.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, and they sell quite well, and you'll see a lot of bone china and stuff like that that comes from Japan and China that has that on it. Lusterware is what it's called.
My grandma had a whole set of those dishes with the pitcher and the milk thing. And
Yep, some of
boy, they
them will
were
be
beautiful.
some
I
of
didn't get
them
them.
will
I
be
don't know.
orange, and they'll have that a pale orange, like a tangerine color, are the ones that you will see more often than not that are glass, that have that iridescent lustery color on them. And a lot of them are ruined because, like with Pyrex, people would put them in the dishwasher,
Right.
and they would get ruined. But yeah, you could still eat off them. You can eat off of uranium glass.
Well, he said that
I'm not
they
going
don't
to
eat
try
off the
any of
rest
those things.
Part. Do what?
I'm not going to try to eat off of any of those
I'm,
things.
me either. But anyway, he had they had the the dinner plate and the salad plate and
That's
the
it. Yeah.
little bowl and the 12 fork spoons and
See what
knives
Todd's
out.
got right there?
Pardon me?
See what Todd has right there?
Yeah.
I thought this was
That's marigold.
yeah, marigold.
What Todd has right there.
My grandmother had the blue iridescent carnival glass is what we called it, but I don't know if that's the right name for it.
Some of it is.
And
some
she
of
had
it
that
isn't.
stuff too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, Mr. Sadie. On the other side of the foyer was their living room, and there was a baby grand in there. But anyway, I just I've never heard. I've seen these things out before, but I didn't know you weren't supposed to, or at least nowadays you're not supposed to eat off of them because of the lead content.
I ate off of them plenty of times when I was a child.
Yeah, that's why you.
But so did y'all,
Nah, my family was poor. We didn't eat off of family stuff.
That stuff came out. You got that stuff in with your flour or something. That's how my grandma got all hers. She got 1 cup a week or something in with her.
Well, some of this
Laundry
stuff, like
soap
what
or
Todd's
something like
showing
that.
right here,
Yeah.
those were they call them, not those so much so, but some of the older stuff from, and a lot of it was made in Japan. But you'll hear somebody say something about a fairing piece, and it could be a piece of porcelain, a small piece of porcelain, could be a bigger piece, and they literally they were prizes that you got at the fair when you threw your ball and
Some of them, yeah.
and knocked that. So when you see an old piece of porcelain or ceramic from I don't know why do I have a piece. I don't know. I have a bunch of it listed. But when you hear somebody say fairing piece, listen up and pay attention to what they have, because they're worth a lot of money, believe it or not. But some of these pieces, Todd, that should glow. Do you have a black light there?
No, I don't.
Well, please don't turn off the light. It's for it to glow, because if it does glow in the dark, then without
you got to have a black light to make it glow. They don't just glow in the dark.
Steve, did your mom and dad ever get, when they would fill their car up with gas when you were a kid? Did they ever get the little glasses? Because we had
My grandparents would have. I don't know that my.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're not that old.
I'm 50 something.
But I remember like Sunoco and Golf. You would fill up with gas, and you.
We got coins or something, or pins or something.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Tom, are you sure
my
they had cars
grandfather
when you
would
were
be
young?
into this stuff.
Pardon me?
Are you sure they had cars when you were young?
Yeah. So you sound like lag.
Did you have
the coolest thing?
Every car that was around when he was young started with model and then had a letter.
Yeah.
You had 2 tractors like that, Scott. You joke. We had 2 tractors like that you had to crank.
We had a Farmall A that took a crank. No, you could start it electronically too. But
I had a neighbor one time that had a Model T and that you cranked up like that, and he used it in parades and things like that. Man, you had to be paying attention what the hell you were doing when you got ready to crank that thing, because if it didn't, that thing would kick back off on you and rip your arm off.
Yeah, what did I see? I've seen a couple of those memes every now and then that it says, and when we bought cars, the manual told you how to change, set the points and all this stuff, and yours takes 2 pages to explain how to put windshield wiper fluid in. We're not the same.
Todd's
You're
playing
never going to
now.
let me live that down, are you? That was an honest mistake. Do you know what he's talking about, Noel? About the damn piano?
No.
John was on here one day, and he had that background up, and I said, "Oh, you got a nice piano back there. Do you play?" Y'all are all assholes now. Pardon my French. I said, John, you have a nice piano back there. Do you or your wife play? And he turns around and looks, and he's like, "There's no piano back there."
Because he's in his motorhome.
I was going to say, John doesn't even have a real house, does he? He lives in his motorhome.
Yeah, he
Currently, I don't think he has a.
And so now, just out of the
That's
damn
hilarious.
blue, if I post something to this certain group, this one group of, I'm in with Scott and John and Todd and whatnot.
You know they're always going to get you for something, Tom.
Yeah. So I'll say something like this morning show is going to start at 9:00, and John will say something. Are you going to play the piano today? So one of these days, I'm going to have my other house or another house where I can have my piano out, and I'm going to start my morning show by sitting at the piano playing, because I do play very badly, but I do play. Lord have mercy, Scott.
Sell them, Brenda. Unless it's something that you enjoy to keep. I have a lot of art. Like that picture right there.
Okay,
I have been buying a lot of art. People don't look at art. They don't look at the walls. They don't look up at the ceiling. And most of them will not look underneath the tables. I have been buying a lot of art for dirt cheap and selling and making quite a bit of money. The last 2 pieces I listed sold overnight, literally.
Wow.
So
we're going to shut this thing down. Thanks for coming. And again, I started out the show by thanking everybody for all the Joni's wish list, and I'll put it back in there if anybody missed it last week. You guys showed a lot of generosity to the folks who are going through some bad times in the cancer center. So thank you again. Thank you so much. She's in there with a migraine, or she would come out here.
Our pleasure.
That's a good one, Steve.
And I'll put it. It'll be in the thing. Let me go steal off last week. Everybody have a wonderful day, and get out there and do listings right. Roll Tide.
Bye.
Sweet.